If I was given the opportunity, I'd do tethered again. It was a great experience, experience of a lifetime.
I've thought about it a lot, and I probably would do this again just because I learned so much and challenged myself and felt so good at the end.
Well, the first thing that I did when I got back home, of course, was hug my kids. And my wife had a big pot of lasagna for me, and you know, it still was at that small stomach point, but I stuffed as much of that lasagna and bread into me as I possibly could.
So the first thing I did when I got back home was give my sister a big hug and kiss, and her husband Rob shake his hand, and then go get a big juicy bacon cheeseburger with french fries and ice cream, and pick up my friend Anchovy here, this little guy, and get him a little bit of loving, huh, Anchovy?
I maintain contact with Willow. We send emails, I don't know, once or twice a week. Just got his phone number.
I've let him know about a couple things in my life, and he's let me know a couple things in his.
Willow's not the kind of guy that I hang out with on a normal basis.
Immediately after being untethered and getting the locks off, you know, I was just so happy to be away from Keith, and I would, you know, grateful I'd never have to be around him again.
We spent 24 hours a day together for 2 weeks. You can't help but not make some kind of friendship.
You know, now after I've had a little time to think about it, I'm really stoked that Keith was my partner. He's got a great heart. He's a great family man. He's a fun guy to be around, and I could have had someone that was an asshole all the time. Keith's the only asshole about half the time.
It took me probably 2 weeks to get used to being home.
So I basically back up to my regular weight of like 160 pounds. I think I lost maybe 10 to 15 pounds at the show, I'm not sure. And I put it all on pretty quick afterwards with a bunch of fried chicken and ice cream.
I lost about 25, 30 pounds. I actually owe Willow 10 bucks because I told him I lost at least 30 pounds and I only lost like 28 pounds.
I would say the most frightening moment out there was probably jumping off the cliff.
Plunging down a cliff, tethered to somebody, not knowing whether the person is going to jump off at the same time or we're going to hit at the same time or one of us is going to sink or get caught up in the tether.
You know, we had to really time our jump right, and if we didn't, we could have got smashed into the rocks and really hurt.
Looking at that cliff and just 1, 2, 3 and we both go and hit that water, you know, that was the exciting, most exciting part of the whole thing, I think.
Well, now that I'm back, I think this challenge has changed my daily life in the perspective that I'm even a little bit more grateful for the things that I might take for granted, like sanitary, clean running water, a little bit of food.
There'd be times I'd wake up in the middle of the night looking for Willow.
And I find myself thinking, God damn, I'm so happy there's not a 6-foot chain attached to another lump of human flesh.
I'd reach over and it'd be my wife and it wouldn't be Willow, you know, so I'd reach over, tap her, you know, hey, gotta go pee. You know, she'd be like, you're not tethered, babe, go to the bathroom, you know.
If I was to describe to somebody what being tethered to somebody in Panama was like, it was like heaven on one side and hell on the other.
It was the hardest, nastiest, foul thing you could ever do.